Eli here for a little recap on the Lina Inverse build. What I wanted to do differently from the Windranger guide that I did was step away from the idea that this is actually a build guide. These aren't necessarily characters in Path of Exile that I recommend people play. They're more just for my own entertainment and finding synergies with items in Path of Exile and skills that most closely, thematically, and visually relate to what's happening in Dota. As most of you know, most of the time in Path of Exile, you're not really interested in playing more than 2 skills, at the most 2 active skills that are dealing damage. In this case, I have 3. I have Divine Ire, I have Stormcall, and Fireball. Obviously, this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense as a character, but they all kind of fit exactly what I was looking for with Lina, so we went with it. When I first made this build, I really wanted it to be the Inquisitor in order to use Fanaticism, so that could be her Fiery Soul passive. I ended up just using a dual curse option with Warlord's Mark, which is really odd to use for a spellcaster, but the design idea was that I'll be stunning rare monsters, which will get me 20 rage, which did work periodically throughout maps, and then I was able to use Berserk, which is kind of her Fiery Soul. It gives her the more movement speed, but she doesn't attack, so it doesn't really provide a lot of bonuses besides the thematic, like, I'm getting bigger and faster now, which is kind of what happens in Dota. Lina gets attack speed and movement speed based on how many spells she's cast, up to 3 in a recent period, so there's kind of a synergy there, thematically at least. It didn't really benefit the character, but it was kind of cool. With the Inquisitor version, I was thinking that she would do Spell Slinger, so her basic attack would throw fireballs as well, and because they're attacking, then the Fanaticism charges will build up, and then she'll gain like her Fiery Soul when she gets Fanaticism for, you know, a ton of cast speed and all that stuff. So that's another route to go. I eventually decided on Elementalist, primarily because the Witch is a female and Lina is a female. I'm trying to keep the genders consistent between the two, if at all possible. So anyway, I'm still tinkering with how these videos go, what the setup is, and everything that you see here preceding this part of me just talking. So if you have any ideas, any thoughts, any recommendations, whatever it is, leave me a comment below. I'd be happy to hear it. I'm still playing around with it, trying to figure out what makes for the most entertaining videos. Expect to see more Dotaclast videos like this, where I'm bringing Dota characters into Path of Exile soon, as well as some more educational stuff leading up to the next content reveal for expansion 3.15. Until next time, this is Eli, signing off.